Hello, 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 everyone. My name is Renetta Gunn Stevens, CEO of Sophisticated Press, and I am so excited to come before you today to talk about, how to create an email list for your book. That's right. We're going to be talking about how to create a email list for your book. So I'll give you a few moments to come in. If you're watching this on the replay, make sure you put in the comments the replay. When you come in, do me a favor, say hello. Let me know what state you're tuning in from and bring your book to the conversation. That's right, bring your book to the conversation. A quick bio about myself. I'm the author of 4 books: Kingdom Speaking in the Boardroom, A Dad's Redemption, 10 Ways to Eliminate Debt by Writing, and Push, Promote Until Shipping and Handling Occurs. So, you're talking to someone who have been in the shoes that you are in as a new author, as a existing author, as a seasoned author. You're also talking to a publisher who has taken that writing skill set to a different level, a higher level. And now I'm responsible for helping authors around the world create a book, tell their story, share their significance with the world so that we can change the world one sentence at a time. And so I'm just excited to come before you and talk about how to build a email list, because guess what? No one can support you if they don't know that you exist. And so it's going to be important for you as an author slash entrepreneur, because I want you to get into the mindset of that you are an entrepreneur, on building your not your website, but building your email list. So first, let me just break some ground here. So here at Sophisticated Press, you all know that we believe that every business should have a book and every book is a business. And so when we are working with our clients, we approach this as they are business owners of their books, and that their books are a business, because you are actually exchanging a product for money, which makes you're doing a business transaction in the marketplace. And so I think the first thing that authors need to do is to begin to look at themselves not only as an author, but as an entrepreneur. And when you look at yourself as an entrepreneur, then you'll look at your marketing and your branding and your promotions differently, because you're not just looking at yourself as an author as if you're not a business. No, when you decide to print that manuscript and present it into the marketplace and ask for money in exchange for it, you are now a business. You are now creating and performing business transactions. And so now you have to actually now you have to follow the guidelines of business. And one of the guidelines of business is having a good email list. Yesterday we experienced a shortage or outage in Facebook and Instagram, and it really took a lot of people back, because that these platforms have become really a part of our daily activities, right? Whether that's for personal or professional reasons, the applications have become a part of our daily activities. And so when it went out, a lot of people probably didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to pivot. They didn't have a plan B in place for them to still communicate with the people that support them, and really almost with the people that love them. Because if we be honest, some of us, we have even forgotten the phone numbers of those that we love, because these applications and these gadgets have been so convenient in our life that we just go to somebody's name and we start texting or we call, but we haven't, we don't know their numbers anymore. And so these gadgets are very important into our lives, and I'm not going to put them down, because I believe that they do serve a purpose and they are actually helping us create and cultivate our brand. So I'm not going to put these brands down. I think that they're doing a wonderful job providing us a platform, and it's free. And so, I'm appreciative of Facebook and IG. But what happens if their system go down? As an author, do you know what to do? Do you have a plan B in line for your book business, on how you can communicate with your existing customers, with your existing readers who have purchased your book? If you don't worry about it. This is the live for you. And so I want you to tag your business bestie, tag your book bestie, and let them know that we're going to help you today create that email list. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing you have to do as an author is you have to be so passionate about your books. right? You have to be passionate about your books, and you have to be willing to just want to let the world know that you created a book, right? So that's going to go into your why. Why did you create a book? Did you create a book for personal gain? Did you create a book just to check off a list on your to-do list or your goal list? Did you create a book to actually help people who are going through what you overcame? Those questions need to be answered so that you can understand your position and your why in the marketplace. Now, if you have published your book to help people, to share your knowledge, share your significance, then the first thing you want to do is, one way that you can create an email list is start a newsletter. Now, with your newsletter, and I'm sure what we're going to share with you today, you've probably heard before, but today the goal is for you to pick one or two off this list and incorporate. Because I guarantee you, the majority of what I'm going to share with you, you have heard before. Okay. But today, the goal is for you to now incorporate. So we want you to think about creating a newsletter. There's a lot of templates out there where you can create a newsletter, and you can send that newsletter out one time a month, because I'm really big on setting that expectation. So if you know you have a busy schedule, you may not want to send that newsletter out every week. But if you can just dedicate one day out of a month to send that newsletter, maybe on the 15th, maybe on the first of the month, maybe on the last day of the month, however, whatever date that you pick, just start off with that one day a month. Create a newsletter and ask your audience to sign up to the newsletter. That is one way that you can get people on your email list. Now, in this newsletter, you want to, share exciting updates or whatever you have going on in your business and with your books. If you're going to be traveling to certain cities, you can put that in your newsletter. But as your newsletter begins to grow, your audience will kind of let you know what they want to be in it. And even you can go to social media and ask them, what would you like in the newsletter? If I created a newsletter, what type of information would you like from me? You will be surprised how people will answer that question and say, this is what I want from you. You may can cook good popcorn, but I don't want to hear about your popcorn. I don't want to hear about your children. I want to hear about this from you. And listen to what they tell you, what they want to hear from you, and give them what they want, not what you want them to have. Okay. So that's the first thing, newsletters. The second thing is, like, if you have, do you have a loyalty or referral program? There are certain people in your life that constantly are buying everything that you offer, and that's a great thing. But how are you rewarding them? Do you have a loyalty or referral program? Do you have I remember they had like the little punch hole cards, and every time you go and you purchase a sandwich on the 10th punch hole, you get one free, or you get 50% off. Again, there's a lot of templates out there for those type of programs that you can create for your brand, and you can create a loyalty program. If your audience is raving about you and sending clients to you, do you have a referral program in place? Do you have a commission that you can give them, a special thank you monetary gift you can give them? Those are all strategies that will help people come into your book business and submit their email address to learn more about the services and products that your book is providing. The next thing that you can do to create an email list is to offer discounts and deals. Now, discounts and deals should be done strategically, and you shouldn't have a deal or a discount every week, because what you do is you'll be training people to kind of just always expect a sale from you. And you don't really want that in the marketplace, because if every week I know you're going to have a sale, then what's the benefit of the sale, or what's the surprise element of the sale, or what's the wow of the sale, right? So you want to have your sales and your discounts, but you want to use them strategically. And what I've been telling people is, since Black Friday is less than 60 days away, be very careful of the sales that you're having, because if you have a sale that's really great now, you don't give yourself any room for your Black Friday sale. You don't give yourself any the wow factor left for Black Friday. So one of the things that we do as safety mechanism is, when people are not buying our books, the first thing we think about is creating a sale. And that's actually wrong. If people are not buying your book, I don't want you to think, oh, I need to give it away for free or I need to lower the price. I want you to review your marketing. I want you to review your social media content, your wording, before you just go to let me discount it, let me bring it down. Because some of your products don't need to be on sale. They're actually great products. You just need to market better. And so just because someone isn't purchasing your book, that doesn't mean that your price is too high. It could mean that your marketing is not up to par. And so I would suggest to you to, just review the marketing sometime before you just think sell when someone is not purchasing your items. I see that we have some people on. Say hello. Let me know who's here. Chime in on what we're saying. That'll help the conversation go even deeper, right? Because we're all just in it together. Hey, Joshua, how are you? The other thing I want you to do is think about, too, a strong call to action. Strong calls to actions. Now, when I say strong call to actions, I don't just mean, and I say this every time, and I'm going to keep saying it because I keep seeing it. You have to go deeper than buy my book, buy my book, buy my book. Like, I think that's the platinum song in Arthur's head. Buy my book, buy my book. No, 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 no. You have to give them a strong call to action, which of course the result or the desired result is for them to buy the book. But you have to give them, more reasons to buy your book. So do you have like a freebie that you're telling them to download? And then when they download that freebie, maybe you have an option to buy the book. Do you have a chapter preview that you can say, download this free chapter preview? And then after they read the chapter preview, now to read the rest of this book, here's the link to buy the book. See how that works? See, in the marketplace, you have to give first sometimes before you ask. You have to give before you ask. And actually, you should be giving 3 to 5 times before your first ask. Because if you give 3 to 5 times before your first ask, when you ask, they're gonna be like, cool, because they didn't gave me so much content, they didn't gave me so much help and resources. Of course I'll pay $20 for a book. Of course I'll pay $15 for a book because they didn't gave me $300, $400 worth of information. And when I did what they told me, I made $500 off of it. So this is what I'm saying. Like, what are you providing your audience? Because if they're not buying from you, that's because they're not seeing the value. And that's just the honest to God truth. I don't know no other way to tell you this. When people are not buying from you, it's because they don't see the value. And your job as the author is to show them the value. And just going on social media saying, buy my book, it lets me know and them know you just want them to buy your book. That's it. You don't care about their well-being. You don't care about what they're going through. You just care about getting their money. And we live in a world now where people, they don't want to just help you. They want to get something out of it. So you're going to hear me keep saying this. You have to share the value of your book. You have to give more than you're requiring. So that way, when you do ask for something, it's a no-brainer. They're going to give it because they've received so much content from you. So this may mean that before you ask them to buy your book, go and create a reference sheet. Go and create a good workbook. Go and create a cheat sheet to whatever your subject matter is and give it to them for free. Have them download it, and they can't download it unless they give their email. And then after they download it, have a pop-up that say, now can you buy my book? Do an email campaign where you're sending them information for 3 to 4 days straight and no request for them to buy anything. But maybe on that 5th day, now that you have provided them so much information for the first 4 days, now if you would like to get some more strategies, or if you would like to work with me one-on-one, here's the link for mentoring, here's the link for this, here's the link, because you have to prove your credibility in the marketplace. And too many of us, and I always say us because we're in this together, you know, we just want people to just purchase, purchase, purchase. And it's like, but what value have you given them? What credibility have you shown? And that's another way to grow your email list, is to share your credibility. Like, if you're saying that you are a life coach, if you're saying that your book is on grief, if you're saying your book is on whatever your book is on, share your testimonials, share that it worked, share the people life that it changed, share those stories so that people know that this is a credible book that I need to get into my hands, that I need to get into my personal library. Okay. Awesome sauce. All right. And so also with the call to actions, you can add some humor. And I've seen these and it's really funny because they kind of work, where they'll be like, no thanks, I don't want to support you. Or no thanks, I don't want to change my life right now. Or yes, I'm ready to change my life right now. And you'll be surprised how like those little words make people go more into like hitting the yes button, because they don't want to select the no, I don't want to do this right now. So for instance, like if I was offering people to self-publish their book, instead of my call to action saying like, are you ready to purchase now, or are you ready to become a self-publisher now, yes or no, I could put, no thanks, I'm ready. I'll keep my book in my notepad. Or I can put, yes, I'm ready to remove my book from the notepad to the marketplace. So just getting creative with those call to actions and those selections, which make it more personable, so that the people really are thinking when they press no, no, I don't want to learn how to do this. And they may be like, well, I don't want to say no, I don't want to learn how to do this. Well, then press yes, that you want to learn it and get the product, right? It's all of, and many of you probably have experienced those new ways that people are using those call to actions. So you want to just, get creative, go a little bit the extra mile, right? Because we have a lot of people now in the marketplace, and it's all about going that extra mile. You may have to take a week of prepping for that one sale or that one promotion or that one offer. You can't just wake up that same day and think, I'm going to just do this. Now, once you get good at it, you'll be able to wake up and get it done that way. But you can't just, and when you're starting off, you may have to prep. So we have a user that say, good afternoon, everyone. I can't see the name. So if you can let me know who you are, that would be awesome. And good afternoon back to you. Also, with your call to actions, you can use words like download this exclusive workbook, download this featured workbook, right? Um, Add some adjectives in that thing, right? Let them know like what they're going to be getting, and just add that, just going that extra mile of adding those descriptive words, which is kind of setting the expectation for your readers. Okay. What else do we have here? We have hyperlinks. Hyperlinks are very important, you all. We always talk about how, if you have a blog or you are collaborating with someone in a blog, you want to have those hyperlinks to your website, to your email list. And a hyperlink, for those who may not know, because we never want to assume that everyone know, is where you highlight a word, and then there's going to be like a icon that has two chains that kind of look like this, right? In your icons. And when you click that, it's going to ask you to put in the website URL link, the whole website URL link. And when someone click on it, then they will go to your whatever the destination is, right? Hey, Tawana from Texas. Yes, we got the Chronicles of Blue in the house. Yes. So you want to use your hyperlinks. We tell you all the time, don't just talk about your book and forget your website link. And if you're in a blog or a newsletter, you want to make sure that you have your hyperlinks, so that when people click on it, it takes them directly. I'd like to take them to the cart, because some people are just put it on their website. Well, now that I'm on your website, now I got to find the product that I just had seen in the blog, what I had just seen on the way, and now I got to go through your shop, and I got to go through this. People have short attention span, you all. So when you are hyperlinking, hyperlink the product, not just your website, because you're expecting them now to search your website. And I'm telling you, as a professional and as a consumer, they don't have time for that. The way this virtual world has conditioned us, we want it as quickly and as simply as possible. And you just putting your website link, that's putting more work on me now to go and find the object or the project that you just promoted to me. So hyperlink the product, not just your website. Hope that makes sense to you all, okay? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So, just going back over the list on how to create your email for your book business. Listen, you want to offer freebies. Create your cheat sheets, create your infographics, create your reference sheets. And you want to use those reference sheets and those infographics for downloads. You want to create a newsletter. Send that newsletter out once a month and letting your clients know any updates. Ask them what they want in a newsletter. They will tell you, right? You want to have a strong call to action. You can add humor and specific words on your newsletter. You want to have discounts and deals, but don't just go to discounts and deals if people are not buying. Look at your marketing first. Look at your wording first, because maybe you're just not marketing right. It's not that you need to have a sale, right? You want to have a loyalty and referral program. If people are constantly supporting you, reward them. If people are referring clients to you, reward them. So get that in place, right? And if you have any exciting updates or testimonials, highlight your testimonials so your credibility in the marketplace can go up. When your credibility in the marketplace goes up, it's easier to get your product in the audience. But what can I tell you too? At the end of the day, build relationships. Give to somebody 3 to 5 times before you ask them to buy one thing from you. If you give to someone 3 to 5 times and then you ask them for something that's $20, it's a no-brainer. They're going to support that. It's a no-brainer. Okay. So somebody say you better teach. I'm trying because you know I love y'all and I'm so passionate about books. Good afternoon, Tranisha. New York in the house. Yes, New York in the house. We got Texas in the house. This is our season. But what we just have to do is we just have to make sure that we're just passionate about it. And like I said, don't just wake up in the morning and say, let me just do a sale. You may have to take 2 to 3 days to plan it out. So like today when I started my day, the first thing I did was begin to strategize and just get those promotions and strategies in. Okay, so we have Gigi Whitaker book just made Walmart. Woo woo! Listen, Gigi Whitaker has a book called Let Me Talk My Ish. Kristen Nicole is the illustrator in that, and that is a book that's of captions, and that's going to be just really, really a book that you need in your life because captions also are very catchy, and very trendy now. So you want to get those. Definitely you want to get Let Me Talk My Ish, but you just want to I would just say, listen, just raise the what I want to say, raise the passion in your book. Just raise the passion in your book. You want to make sure that, people feel the passion. People feel you care. People feel like they just don't want you to they just don't feel like you just want $20 from them. Because let's face it, if they buy your book and you haven't given them anything else, they're not going to be there for your second and your third products and services. And the goal is to create those 7 streams of income from your book. So you just want to start building relationships. And one of the best ways to build relationships is to serve, to be selfless and to serve more than you are requesting. And if you serve your audience with your book, with your gift, with your talent, they in turn will definitely come back and they will definitely support you. So we have, yes, let's create different kinds of book like hers and standout seasons. And I think I like what that person has said, because you know, use your uniqueness of your book as your leverage, right? Like, if your book is different and your book is unique, use that to your advantage. And just every day, just show up and telling the world about it, telling the benefits of it, and just helping people to see, like, this is something new, this is something refreshing, this is something that's never been seen before. This is we've done it in a way that's never been done before. Make people really feel like that they are a part of something new, and, like, that they found it first. I know when my daughter was into music talent scouting, she would always find these great artists first before the mainstream found them. And she would support them and they would support her. And then when they made it big, they still contact her to this day, because she was there when they were small, but she believed in them. And she was like, this is a new talent. I know they're going to make it one day. And lo and behold, now they're getting Grammys and they're traveling around the world. But she would have an ear for talent, for music. And so it's definitely okay to let people know, like, yes, I'm a new author. Yes, this is a new type of book that's never been in the marketplace, but you want to be around, you want to be with this new wave of genius, right? You want to just share that. You want to just share that. So we have a question that say, can you give some insight on how to serve more locally? Just seeing if I'm missing some. I love this question. So the first thing that I would say when dealing with local is build a relationship with your public library. Let your library see you. Go ask them questions. Learn how to get your book in the Library of Congress, right? In their database. The second thing to do locally is to visit your cafes. Visit your cafes, and someone can put these in the comments. Like, visit your cafes and just see, your Barnes and Nobles, your local store cafes, and just see, like, what type of events do they have. And again, you want to come in these, you want to come into these events, not how can I get my book in here? First, just become a member. First, just become a supporter of the events. First, just come and sit down and have fun and get to know the people before you go presenting yourself as an author who wants something, right? Just become a great member, a great supporter. After you visit your libraries and your local cafes, then you want to, if you are attending a church, see what type of organizations inside the church that you are attending that may allow you to have a night where you can speak about your book. So see what type of organizations that you are connected to locally, like your church, like Toastmasters, those speaking type of organizations, those women groups that may allow you to come in and be a speaker. After that, here is something that I think uh, um, a lot of people are not using, is have a night at your house with your people. Like, it's totally okay to say, hey, I'm going to have a paint night with my family. For instance, let's just use Kristen, because we use Kristen a lot for our paint and sip. But what if you had a paint and sip with your family, and you had the family just give the family pay too, and they support you that way? What if you had a night with your family and you did talk about your book, and you did make some light appetizers, and you talked about the book, or you talked about the book publishing process, and see if anyone else want to, and then you refer them to us, and then now you're getting referrals from us, right? So I think too, like, sometimes we get down on our family for not supporting us, but do the family really understand what we're doing? You using that as a connector, because I know one thing about family now, we don't have the family reunions the way we used to have, and there's a lot of strife sometimes in families. So it could be a good night where you can just have people over to your house, you provide the refreshments, and you talk about your book, you talk about your what you have going on and ways that they can support you. And you'll be surprised how you will probably definitely you'll probably encourage and inspire your family member to fulfill their dreams too, because they see you fulfilling yours. Because sometimes people will get envious and jealous because they just don't know how to do it, so they don't want to ask for help, so they get jealous and mad that you're doing something for your life. But if you bring them in and say, hey, I started a podcast, like Tanisha just started a podcast. Hey, I started a podcast and this is what we're talking about. Do you have some ideas of some episodes that I should do on? You'll be surprised how many people in your family start giving you some, and next thing you know, they'll be like, wow, that was a really productive family gathering. We don't always have to get together for funerals and just weddings. Like, let's get together for business. Let's get together for productivity in the family line. Because sometimes it's very hard trying to be the only bloodline breaker. But what if we had 4 people in the family that was breaking the generational curse of poverty on our family? You don't have to be the only one that's breaking the generational curse. Get everybody involved. My sister talked about how by me being successful with Sophisticated Press, she decided to start her business selling banana pudding, and now she has over 3,000 square feet, a whole full commercial bakery, because she saw the success in Sophisticated Press. And so your family is so important, for your family to get involved in what you're doing and not just see you doing it on social media, but invite them, have a family meeting and invite them into what you're doing, and see if it's ways that you all can definitely collaborate. Someone said, I love that. And someone said, I need to some of that pudding. Let me tell you, that pudding, oh my, like, this is what's so awesome. God will take the foolish things to confound the wise. My sister and her husband has always made the sweets for our family gatherings. And her husband, he has always had a that he does all the cooking. First of all, the husband does all of the baking, and it's amazing. But it's just a true example of some of the stuff that we're doing already. We don't even really need another degree and all of that. You just need to look within what you're doing already and present it the right way. They've been making that banana pudding. They've been making butter cookies. Like, we had that every family gathering. But the minute they start thinking like a business person, the minute they saw another family member using their gift as a business in Sophisticated Press, my sister and her husband's like, man, maybe we should start selling the banana pudding that everybody is giving us compliments on. What are people complimenting you on? How can you tie that in with what you're doing now? Because when people compliment you, they are definitely showing you, this is what I want from you. There's days I wear my hair a certain way and people be like, I love that look. I'm like, oh, so they really telling me to keep wearing that hairstyle, right? So Kristen said, make sure y'all attend the next Sip and Paint by Sophisticated Synthesis Nonprofit. Absolutely, y'all. Let me tell you, the paint and sips are getting bigger and bigger, and they are so fun. We already have our date, and next week we will be presenting the date so you all can get your tickets, because the rooms are filling up fast. So we actually are going to be selling the tickets next week for the paint and sip for Christmas, and it's going to be lit. I can just tell you that. So Joshua said, I want some of that pudding. That sounds biblical. Listen, let me tell you how biblical that pudding is. She just texted me, was like, I got some pudding. And I'm like, but I just lost 5 pounds. I gotta tell y'all that in a writing and workout Group, I just lost 5 pounds this week. I can't deal with that pudding. But that's the benefit of having a sister and a brother that's a baker. You get all this free pudding and cakes but I'm like, listen, no, I'm getting ready for my next season. So I can't do that pudding. But yes, maybe one time every 2 weeks, I'll give myself a cheat meal. But yeah, but it is amazing. And it is definitely anointed. Can't wait to see you tonight in alumni. Absolutely. We have our alumni meeting tonight. Maybe I should write a book about creating a natural makeup look. You should create a book. Tell me your name because I don't know your name. As you see, it say Facebook user. So tell me who put that in there about writing a book about creating a natural makeup look. Because you all heard my story before. Listen, I did not believe in makeup. My daughter was 15, 16, asking me for makeup, and I would be like, baby, you don't need makeup. You beautiful the way you are. That's because my mom never wore makeup. Oh, Kristen said that my mom never wore makeup. So when my daughter wanted to wear makeup, I'm like, you don't need no makeup. And I was just barefaced it. And my poor husband didn't say nothing. You hear me? He didn't say, baby, put on some red lipstick or nothing. Now, you can't keep red lipstick off my lips. I promise you, I never was a makeup person, but I had, because I'm so passionate about entrepreneurship, I had seen where they wanted to they say you should have like a natural beat or something when you're going on camera and when you're in front of people. You don't want to go in front of them barefaced it. So when they told me that, then I started putting on makeup. And now I love it. Now I got this red hair. Y'all see the old videos? It was black. It was plain. I was a plain Jane. Once I first got saved, before I got saved, I was out there. Y'all got to go to my TikTok to see that video. But once I got saved, I just was barefaced and everything. And now I need my red lips. Like, y'all see them. Give me my red lips. For real, for real. Let me go through these. Joshua say, you better tell her to make healthy banana. You know, she's actually in the works of creating a healthy banana pudding, if there is such a thing, right? If there is such a thing. Trudy said yes to the red lipstick. You know, it's just something about the red lipstick now. I'm like, I'm gonna need my red lips on because it just brings the light. But it's just funny how my husband did not say nothing for years. I would just wake up, wash my face with my Dove soap, and just go out thinking I was on something, barefaced and all, just as plain as Jane. Now, mm. And someone said Zoom make you look even worse without makeup. It shows dark circles for me. Yes, Zoom will do that. And Trinisha said, Kristen, I add the beauty filter on my Zoom videos. Yes. So yeah, I think that they're in life, you all. We are all on all these different levels and walks of life, and people just want to know they're not the only one, right? It's somebody out there that's still a plain Jane that needs to hear. Put on some lipstick. Put on some lip gloss. Wear some earrings. Put that hair back behind your ear so they can see the earring, right? Because this is just like the sexiest thing, right? Or just so feminine when you go like this and your earring is showing, right? To me. See how just polished and better that look? Like someone has their hair all over their face and they just need to put their hand and go like this and put their hair behind their ear. So it's just like those are the little things that we think that people know and they don't know. We think that maybe their mom or their big sister or their auntie told them, and they may have not. So yes, you can use your book whenever you see these areas of opportunities to help someone, help them. But here's the thing, let's bring this back into marketing. If you create a book for going back to that natural hair, that natural makeup, then you would have to present it to people that don't wear makeup or that's thinking about just that natural look. You wouldn't present it to people that's already full face, no makeup, know how to put it on, because they'll be like, I don't need that book. It's all about placement in the marketplace. And it's all about marketing your product in front of the people that need it, not in front of the people that you want to need it, the people that need it. For instance, there was a person an organization that was trying to get me to take this business class. Check this out, right? So they wanted to have me have to join their business class. But when I looked at the curriculum, why would I join a business class on how to start a business? I've already started a business. So if I've already started a business, I'm not the right candidate for this program, even though the organization I really want to work with, this particular program is not for me because I've already started a business. I've already reached the threshold of the dollar amount that they were trying to get people to make. And I've already incorporated the strategies that they were teaching. So that is why it's about placement and knowing the placement of the people that you're talking to. Because if you're trying to offer them something that they don't need or that they already have, your sales is not going to be right. And now you have no sales and you're thinking that you have a bad idea, and you don't have a bad idea. You just didn't put it in front of the right people. So this week, I want you to be intentional about who you market to. Be intentional, about who you market to. Market to the right people. Don't market to the people that don't need your product or don't want your product. Market to the people that want your product. See what they got going on in their life and see, do you have a product that you have or that you can create for the situations in their life? Customize some of these orders. Customize some of these sales. Customize some of these promotions. Get into a personal email with them and say, hey, I see your birthday coming up. I see your wedding coming up. I see this. We can, if you have something that apply, right? Start really knowing who the people are in your life that's supporting you and offer them products that's customizable to what they're going through. Because every sale doesn't have to be a general sale. It can be a personal, customized sale that really shows them that you are paying attention to them and that you're really concerned and passionate about their life. So that will be good. So we have Joshua. The libraries out here have Zoom classes for Minecraft. You should check yours to see if you can teach that there. It's all virtual. Yeah, I mean, just definitely go to the library and just become a member. Become a member. Find out what nonprofits is in your local area that you can connect with, that you can be a speaker at. We had an opportunity where they was looking for some speakers, and some of the authors here at Sophisticated Press went and spoke to that organization. And so, it's really just about, sometimes we are looking for the global, that global stage. No, start local. Start local and see who are the local book owners, book cafe owners in your area. And it's about bringing crowds to their establishments, and then their existing clientele will also be exposed to you. And just yeah, definitely dominate the local scene first, if you can. That will definitely be great. All right. Well, listen, that was a great question. Do you have any more questions? If you have any more questions, now is a great time to talk about them. You know that Black Friday is less than 60 days away. We have a promotion, you all. It's only $97 where we will create your Black Friday marketing. That is a great promotion where we have some templates made for Black Friday. We'll put your book markups in, and we'll make sure that you have used some social media templates for Black Friday. So it's not available on our website anymore, but if you would like to have your Black Friday marketing done by us, we're going to create your templates for your book. You'll have some professional markups. You give us your pricing and what your promotion is. We'll be happy to create your Black Friday marketing for you for $97. And that way you can just focus on executing and getting your email list together and getting your strategy. Let us handle the marketing for you. So that is an option that if you would like that, just DM us. We'll send you the invoice for the $97. And then you can let us know what your promotion is going to be. And we'll go ahead and get that started for you. All right. Well, you know how we end it here at Sophisticated Press. Listen, we love you so much with the love of Jesus Christ. We are so proud of you and we know you can do it. And we should definitely talk to you soon.